2025 Pan America ST. Oh yes, let us go. Check out this bike. Look at this nice red paint job. So this is the ST. It has 17-inch wheels on it, on both the front and the back. Lightweight, stripped down, and if you look here, it has a different looking heat shield on it too. Everything is very similar to the ST, but smaller windshield too. It's cool. Let's try it out. This the lady here is actually going to change the seat because she says you're too tall. And if you see this, it is a one-piece seat, but they have the tall boy seats, and she's going to put it on here for me, and then we'll get on the road. This comes with scorchers from the factory too, which is kind of crazy. Should help the handling quite a bit. Thank you. So this is the 2025 Pan America 1250 ST. So that's got the 17-inch rims, small windshield, a bunch of other little goodies. There was a little delay on getting out because they wanted to put the tall boy seat on for me, and I was like, wow, that's really nice. And I gotta tell you, it makes a huge difference for a tall guy. So here we go. This is bone cold. So I want it to warm up just a little bit, but I can already feel a difference with the smaller tires. This bike wants to carve into the corner. Even just pulling out low speed there, I could feel the difference with the small tire. Here we go. Wow. I like it. America power plant is the same in all the models that they're making. Obviously the regular one and now the ST, but the ST is going for street. So it's like your Urban Warrior edition, and it's a tight, compact package. You know, you're not putting bags on the back. Well, I mean, I'm sure you could, but why would you want to? And a smaller, sporty windshield, which I actually really like a lot. That is, I'm digging the fact that it's smaller. Just lighter, stripped down, but basically the same bike as the other ones. And I think these are going at 149 horsepower, so it is nothing to slouch about. One of the things with these motors, they want to eat. They like the higher revs, so you have to keep that in mind, because when you get on a Harley-Davidson, you automatically think Harley equals grunt down low, and these have a little bit of grunt, but not like the standard V-twin. These engines, they want to be up in the 4 to 4,500 RPM range to get power. I mean, you can roll into it, but it's not like a standard V-twin, so don't get on it thinking that's exactly what's going to happen. The STs all come with a quick shift too, which is both up and down with the exclusion of first gear. So obviously you're going to use first gear clutch, take on and take off. But listen, I have ridden a lot of adventure bikes, and my last 3 bikes, excluding the Pan America CVO that I have right now, are quick shifter, and BMW's kind of pioneered that. And I will tell you, Harley's quick shifter is so much better than BMW's. All right, so here's the turn. This is a really tight corner, and I've quick shifted all the way down, and the bike just rolls into the corner. Really, really, wow, what a noticeable difference with that small tire. Flickability is just like on fire. So easy. And that's the quick shifter. I mean, it's just easy. Butter, butter, butter. Goes really, really well. So also, again, so you don't light me up in the comments, I just want you to know that there are tons of police on this route. So speeding is not something I'm going to do. You can hate if you want, but that's the game. We want to obey the law. And this is not my bike, and Harley's probably watching these videos anyways, so again, we appreciate them, but we want to be respectful. So let's go back in time just a little bit to understand the platform the Pan America started. Back in 21, that was the first year that they had these bikes, and it really was kind of a shock to us when Harley decided they were going to make an adventure platform. The thing that is surprising, the two things that surprised me about that, the first thing was Harley-Davidson trying to enter a very tight market that's already there. Like, you've already got all these people saturating the adventure market, and they've been doing it for 50 years, like especially with the BMW GS. Why are you going to enter that market with it being so competitive? And on that line, I'm like, why would you want to go into something outside of what you're good at? You're good at the cruisers. That's what you do. The second thing that surprised me, and again, this is gonna tie into the bike we're on right now. The second thing that really surprised me about it was the fact that they came out with an entire new platform with motor, PowerPoint, everything. I mean, just like, why did you basically made a new motor, new bike. The frame on the bike is completely different because the engine is part of the frame. It's a stressed member, and you're just totally basically creating a new motorcycle company within the company. So that was completely surprising. Now fast forward from 21 up to where we are now, and this is the 25 edition. These bikes are really unique to Harley-Davidson's brand. So when you get on this, some traditional Harley people won't even acknowledge you. If you're a Harley-Davidson purist, this thing goes against everything because it's completely complicated with electronics. It's liquid cooled. It doesn't sound like a potato. So it's completely different. But coming into this and being of the next generation of Harley riders, myself, it's an awesome bike. It's an awesome platform. And when I had my 21, I loved it. I wish that it would have worked better than it did. When I got rid of it, I was very sad and I missed it. I did a jaunt with some BMWs for several years, and then basically ended up coming back, which is where I'm at right now. And you know, they've changed a lot of things. They've done a lot of things. There's a cop up here and somebody's standing in the road. Oh, because he already pulled somebody over. Yeah. And it amazes me that people go out on these demo rides and they're like, oh, I'm just going to blow the doors off of everything. Whatever. So I would hate to get a ticket on a demo bike. Where they've come from 21 on this platform is they've listened to feedback and they've fixed a lot of things. This bike itself is building off, because this is the first year they've come out with it in 25, building off of Pan America's revolution through their issues and getting back into making a bike that actually is pretty cool and, you know, isn't necessarily designed for adventure, but more like ripping around the streets of New York or whatever. Your back roads and stuff with this bike, I can feel the suspension is pretty much the same as the standard, but it is a little stiffer with these smaller tires on it, and the tires really do feel good. This bike really feels like a naked Street Fighter. That's what it reminds me of, actually. Now there's, again, spec sheets from the Pan America and the ST side by each, very, very similar. They both have the Revolution 1250 Rev Max, Revolution Max, I'm not sure exactly the correct way, but same motor. Both of them making about 150 horse. This one is advertised at 149. I was told the new CVOs are 155 horsepower. So it's essentially the same thing. This has the Screaming Eagle quick shifter. The CVOs now have that. The adaptive ride height is also standard on these bikes. So on this bike you get a upright that scooches down and kneels when you come to a stop, so the suspension is more friendly to shorter people with a shorter inseam. But them stripping everything down on this bike and making it lighter weight and slimmer lends to it being a street fighter, and I think they really nailed it on this bike. I did notice too, just it feels like this has a few less fairings as well than the normal one. So I will tell you right now though that it is super duper quiet with the factory exhaust. So as soon as you get one of these bikes, which if you're in the market for a street fighter, you should just go pull the trigger on one of these. Put on the Screaming Eagle Street Cannon, I believe is what it's called. It's their aftermarket exhaust pipe that goes on this bike, and it is amazing. Pull the baffle out before you even install it. So Street Cannon gives you a new resonator, a very lightweight titanium silencer, and pull the baffle out and you will love it. You can look at the channel here and you can actually see what they sound like. It makes the bike so much better, and it actually wakes it up a little bit on the lower end. I felt a little bit better on the torque end. Yeah, this bike just really wants to rip. This comes in a gray, it comes in this red, and then it comes in a black. And I think I really like the red, although it's like 500 bucks more for the red option, which is funny. These bikes have about a little over 5-gallon fuel capacity. So if you were gonna ride a long distance, I have averaged 200-ish miles to the tank on them. When you get on the highway and you're going, you know, a little faster, the mileage does come down a little bit. Right after you fill it up, if you're driving like I am right now, like a grandpa, they'll actually tell you can get about 260 miles on the tank, but I think that would be a stretch. I wouldn't see myself going over 230 for mileage. I gotta tell you, these bikes are super comfortable, and the one-piece seat that comes on the ST is really nice. If you're riding two up, they're actually quite comfortable. My wife really says that this has got to be the most comfortable two-up bike that she has ridden on as a passenger. But this has the tall boy seat on it, and I just want to tell you how comfortable this is. So comfortable. It's like a gel seat. It's even more comfortable than the one I have on my CVO, which kind of is depressing. All right. As far as brakes go on this, they have linked braking, which is sensitive to the computer that's on this bike, knowing with ABS, lean angle, throttle position, everything else. So the brakes are phenomenal. The only thing I don't like about the brakes, and this model shares the same as my other Pan Am, is the rear brake feels like you're stepping on a brick. It doesn't really do anything. It's stiff, it's there, like I can feel it, but I mean, you gotta stand on that thing. Okay, here we go. Wow, that was kind of weird. Nice. I was going through the gears, quick shift, full throttle, and it put it into neutral. I did not like that at all. Maybe you got to be more positive engagement, and I got to go change my pants now. Huh. Supposedly with the quick shift, you're supposed to be able to roll on full power and just click, click, click. And when I was doing that, it didn't like it. So I'm actually gonna do it again and try not to die this time. Okay, we're in first. We'll do a rolling start. I mean, I didn't go full throttle on that because I didn't want to have a problem, and it shifted just fine. Not sure why I did that the first time. It seemed like it missed it. But anyways, here we are, we're back. I wish that I could send this thing down some like single track to show you how you could bake the tires off it, but it's a demo bike and I just want to give you my impressions on it. I've ridden this bike a little while and I just absolutely love this platform. I'm super happy to be back on a CVO Pan America. I'm super happy to be back on a Pan America. A CVO was just like totally unexpected, but the deal was there. This bike is amazing. If you're not going to go full on adventure, this is the bike I would get because it just ticks off all the boxes and it's a super fun bike. And it handles really well. I can't believe how well this bike handles. You just don't think that that small tire difference would actually cause such a massive difference, but it really does. It's amazing. Yeah, I love it. All right, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. As always, ride safe.